friends, it's Becca with Beautiful Miss Plants, and I am here to film another plan with me in my B6 Sterling ink. So here is this last week. If you watched my last week's plan with me, you know that I mix my villains, but yeah, I figured it out. But we are back to Cocoa Daisy this week for the first full week of February, which is anyone else just so happy that January is like done. I'm filming this on the very last day of January, but hasn't it felt like January has lasted just way too long? Just, it's too long. It's too long. We're done. So, you know, bring on February. We'll see what we get. I'm also going to go ahead and pull out this bow to use. And, yeah, we'll start there. So, this week actually is like a pretty quiet week. There's not a lot going on, which is nice. I will take it. This mild liner came in the kit. Let's see if it has a color. It is fuchsia, but it did come in the Cocoa Daisy kit. And in case you haven't watched any of my other videos, I get the main planner kit, the stationery, the creative kit, the journaling kit, and the Cocoa Daisy add-on, like sticker kit. I also do get the pouch. We use past pouches for like everything around this house. We have, I always find a use for a pouch. Okay, so we're gonna go day by day functional. So Monday, I believe, also is Rapatha. It is, how did I mark that for? Did I like, okay, let's just, it's Rapatha week, which, by the way, I mentioned last week that I was a little bit nervous. Last week, the week before, whatever week, whenever it was, that I had a cardiologist appointment. And, you know, if you followed along, I had a whole big thing with a different doctor and my cholesterol. Just FYI, I have familial high cholesterol, so it's like ridiculously high. And so I have to go to an actual like cardiologist to get like the more, stronger cholesterol medicine than just like statins. I have a statin resistance, so I can't take statins. But I was seeing someone else, and there was a whole big thing with the nurse, and yeah, it was all bad. But I was nervous about going back to my cardiologist because she's the one that referred me there, and I didn't want it to be like a super awkward, like, hey, I worked with this doctor when I was a resident. I super respect him. What happened? But she was great. And basically I was like, I'm on this other medication that, if you can see, I'm not wearing my ring again because the rash came back. And I said, it's giving me ring rash. I have tendon pain. Like I don't want this medication. So she's like, we're crossing it off the list. You won't be on it anymore. I said, thank you. And then we decided that although my cholesterol will probably be higher for the next year, I'm just going to stay on the Rapatha because the Rapatha is not dropping it enough, but I take it every 2 weeks. And I'm going to take a medicine break other than the Rapatha because, I need a reprieve. And she was totally cool with that. And she was like, you're 38. You're not 79. This isn't like a panic situation where it's like, we got to figure it out now. Like, and I really, really appreciated that. So we're taking a year off from all other medications, and I feel just like a weight has been lifted. I'm one of those people that get every side effect. Honestly, the Rapatha is the first thing I've ever taken that has not given me side effects. And so that's why I was like, I'm cool staying on the Rapatha, but I need all other medication break, and then we can start fresh in a year. And she was on board with that. She was understanding, and yeah, so I'm so relieved that she was on board. So I'll see her in a year and we'll go from there. But all right, my kids don't have school on Friday, so yeah, that's where we're at. And I feel so much better after that appointment because it was kind of stressing me out. It was stressing me out quite a bit. I don't want that one. I want this. So my oldest has art club again. It starts back up on Monday, so I marked that. And then there's nothing else. There's nothing else this week. They don't have school on Friday. No school on Friday, but I do get to take him to the dentist at 8 a.m., which is my own fault. Arguably, I did this to myself by scheduling it at 8 a.m., but I did it that way because I hate taking 3 kids to the dentist and I hate waiting. So if we get like first thing in the morning appointments, we get through pretty fast, which they get us through pretty fast anyway. But I'm like, let's get this over with. So we, and then we can just have the rest of the day to relax, and I will take that. So, that'll be something. But kids dentist 8 a.m. I got lucky and I was able to schedule it on a day the kids are off. So, and that's it. That's all we have. No science Olympiad because she doesn't have school that day. But yeah, it's a quiet week, and I am down for a quiet week. It feels like it's been one thing after another, and it will pick up again. The next week, there's parent-teacher conferences, there's a Valentine's Day party, half day, no school, the Girl Scout booth, which I'm kind of dreading. You know, it starts to kind of gather steam again. But for at least a week, we're finally out of January, and it gets to be quiet, and I'm totally down for that. So I think I'm just gonna take these, like the flowers, and just scatter them about. I think that's what I want to do. Just like come with some of these bigger pieces and put the flowers about. Maybe put this little peacock guy. But I don't think I'm going to think too hard about it. I think I'm just going to, go for it. So, where do I want to put that? Do I want to use... No, it goes this way. I'm trying to decide. I know the Super Bowl is on Friday. We don't watch. However, we learned our lesson because, was it last year? Year before? I don't know. The Chiefs have been in the Super Bowl this will be their 3rd year in a row. Again, like if you're a football lover and you have strong opinions, I don't. I mean, I'm from this area. Obviously, I live in the area, but I don't care about football. So love or hate the Chiefs, it is what it is. But last year, I think it was last year, we decided that we wanted ice cream. So we're like, well, let's go get ice cream from Dairy Queen. Yeah, there's like nothing open on Super Bowl Sunday. And we had placed an online order, but nothing had said that it was closed. And we didn't know because my husband doesn't watch football. We don't care about the Super Bowl. Like, there's nothing that, it just didn't matter to us. So we ended up, like, we got there and it was closed, and we're like, oh, well, okay. So we ended up going to just the grocery store to pick up some ice cream. And then my husband had to call Dairy Queen and be like, hey, we placed an online order, but they weren't open. Our local one wasn't open. We want a refund. And they refunded us. But yeah, we're like, well, that was cool. But everything was like closed early for the Super Bowl. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I don't care. So we will not make that mistake again this year. We, this coming Sunday, we will recognize that probably most places are closed and get our ice cream early. Because, yeah. But we don't watch the Super Bowl. We don't care. My husband is not a sports guy at all. So, you know, trying to decide. I was kind of thinking a quote like right here in the middle, but I like this one. I like Jane Austen. Actually, the thing about Jane Austen is I have read a couple Jane Austen books. My favorite Jane Austen book is actually Emma. That's my favorite Jane Austen. It's one of my favorite books I've read. And as no coincidence is I have a daughter named Emma, and that is where, I think I put that crooked. That is where her name came from. She was named after Jane Austen's Emma because I love the book. So, and my husband, like, he was down for the name. So, trying to decide how I want to, I have these. I mean, I don't know how I feel about these. So, yeah, that's where our youngest daughter's name came from. And our oldest daughter's name, actually, the first time I ever heard it was on Grey's Anatomy. Her name is Addison, and that's the first time I'd ever heard the name, and I really liked it. However, when we got pregnant, I did not tell my husband where I heard the name from. I was just like, I really like the name Addison. And he's like, well, I don't know how I feel about that name, but I do like the name Allison. And I was like, but I really like the name Addison. And he eventually came around to it. And it wasn't until she was much, much older that I told him where I got the name from. I said I wasn't naming after a character. I liked the name. And, you know, I thought you'd have issue with where I came up with the name at. And yeah, we laugh about it now. My son's name was just a name that I liked. Actually, I wanted his name. His name is Connor. I wanted his name as a middle name. And my husband said, I really like it as a first name. Can we make it a first name? And I was like, okay. Like, I basically, you know, like I chose the name Connor. He just liked it as a first name better than a middle name. And I basically chose the girls' names. So, you know, it seemed fair to give, and I didn't have that much of an opinion. I liked the name. So anyway, I don't love this. But I'm not going to try to fix it. I'm just going to hope that starting to write in it will kind of, you know, make me like it more. And I don't know what it is I don't like. I can't, like, I couldn't tell you exactly, like, it is this part. I don't know. This is going to be a struggle month. We may try to go as far as we can, and then we may switch back to, like, some of those Disney Happy Planner books, because I don't know that I love what's happening. So, anyway, I'm going to go, you know, sit on this and think about it and maybe pull the sticker up and straighten it out because it is really crooked. And yeah, hopefully I'll like it better when I start filling it in. Like most weeks I'm kind of like until I start filling it in. So that's what I got. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.